Si me pasa Disney Plus, lo primero que voy a ver es la serie Los Vengadores viejita.
Yo te lo paso, mae. Yo tengo ahí la cuenta, la estoy pagando.
A ver,
Totoko? Totoko, where are you?
Ya
A
está,
ver,
ya prendí el
cae.
celular y vamos a revisarlo. Todo bien, todo normal, todo correcto. Ahorita te paso la cuenta de Disney
en
Plus.
diciembre se compra el Cyber.
Fíjate que ahí eso le puede salir gratis.
Ah, sí, me contó ahorita.
Mae, será que será que será que es marranada.
O sea,
No
va a
te preguntes cuánto
silenciar.
tengo para la verga.
Nada, se me sale la mierda,
Vamos a
son.
aprovechar el bug contra Sony. Mi loco, eso está hey.
Bueno, solo te escucha vos, cae ahorita. No, no, ¿Qué? ¿Vos comentaste o quién comentó? Decime porfa, que no puedo ver el teléfono. Alguien comentó, decime qué dice.
Ta ta ta.
What the fuck? Me salió un con. Ujú. No, no lo escucho porque lo silencié, porque no escucho nada cuando.
No, no, no. Pero no es terrible porque ahora no les va a una batalla que va a estar toda la gente de su mundo.
Equipos, para esto hemos estado todo el tiempo.
Oh, que se puede.
Yo creo ya voy a estar listo para comer pollito cuando me baje la vida. Nada, me voy a suicidar si me mata.
Pollito, pollo, pollo.
Lo que te gusta, hueva.
No. Y no, no creo que nadie comentó.
Sí, sí, pero me salió un comentario ahí que. Ah, tal vez una persona viendo, qué estúpido.
Wow. It looked
Sí, por
impressive
vos.
enough from the outside,
No,
but who
imagina
would
quién
have
te deja
guessed
así
that
a
it
los
was
2 y ya
even
no
big?
demora.
This is where all of
No se
Tabatsumora is
puñado de todo
minted,
demora de
right?
Teba, después de todo, no sé
In
nada.
that case, maybe you won't notice if a few more go missing.
Por
Oh, so
Paimon, la
it's a
estúpida
trap!
que avariciosa
Tricky,
que es.
tricky. Good thing Paimon's got you. But even if we can't take
Sí.
any, we can still have, or better yet, take a nap on top of a mountain of Mora. It's like a dream come true. Oh, right. Back to business. It's quiet. Huh? Look! What happened here? Uh-oh. Quick! We have to go make sure. La la la.
You've
Ahí
already
es.
fulfilled your task as guides, so why do you still linger here? Haven't you already seen enough?
Huh? Who's there?
¿Quién más?
If you were Fatui, I imagine that you would be entitled to a generous reward from the Tsaritsa herself. But now, you're nothing but dross, and you're in my way. Although I'm deeply grateful to you that I was able to effortlessly... Don't you think that trying to stop me now would just be wasted effort? Stopping the Mora Mints, hiding away the Exuvia.
So you've been planning to take the Gnosis from inside the
As one
Esta es
of
la
the
cosa
11
de
Fatui Harbingers,
de Xiangli.
it's my duty to see the will of the Tsaritsa fulfilled. She will get that which she desires. I'm not asking for your blessing, and there's nothing you can do to stop me. The time for discussion and diplomacy has already passed. I mean, if it were up to me, I would have skipped that stage to begin. Either way, we now come to the battle.
battle. So you're the type that goes.
When Signora offended the deities outside the cathedral, instead of confronting you directly, she chose to rely on the snow and ice to make her escape. When she faces a worthy opponent, she will... But as for me, the greatest pleasure of being a harbinger...
We won't let what happened in Mondstadt.
Oh, so you intend to
Right.
fight me? good.
Dale.
I won't kill you, traveler. I'll just play along. Besides, you could never defeat me, not even in your wildest dreams. But hey, try to relish the fight. Fighting talk, I love it. Now let's see you live up to it.
Qué fresón que suena. Vi que te gustan las risas fresonas. Dale pedazo de mierda.
This chance is hard to come by, so show me all you've got. So very few ever get the chance to square off with a platoon harbinger.
F.
So come now, amuse me, and don't you dare disappoint.
Yo sé. No, es que no estoy hablando.
You've made some progress.
Dale, la segunda
Guess I
parte.
should take you more seriously.
¡Au!
Good.
A ver, Bárbara,
No
defensa.
wonder Senora was so wary of you. Well, that just means I can go all out. Brace yourself. This is about to get tough.
Estúpida.
Now, show me what you can do against the might of a harbinger.
¡Ay, corre!
No use hiding right there.
F por Chongyun.
Submit for shame.
Don't blink. Fine,
Crush you.
Ya. ¡Ay, F!
You've got some skills.
¿Y la ballena? ¿Y Tartaglia? ¿Y Tartiaglia? Ahí está.
Not bad.
Sí.
Your swordsmanship is quite impressive. But that's about as far as you'll get.
¡Sobre, loquito! Ay, qué rica la voz de la viajera, loco. Tienen que hacer un anime de esto.
Didn't
¡Ay!
think you had that
Rex
card
Lappy.
hidden up your sleeve.
You were just playing us to get close to the Exuvia.
Oh, quiet down. Stop acting like some wide-eyed recruit. You've seen this world. You of all people should know. This should have been expected.
Oye, pero déjate venir.
Well then, I'll be taking Morax's Gnosis now.
Dale, te la voy a quitar de un
I
vergazo.
see. Well, this is most unexpected. You beat me to it, didn't you?
Cállate. Y rico. Madre, a mí ya sé lo que siente Goku cuando va a pelear con alguien fuerte, loco. No estoy escuchando nada, Kai. Cállate, Paimon. ¿No? Madre, qué clase de animaciones, loco. Manos te van a faltar para pelarme la Gaber. Dale, Clee. ¡Ah! F. ¡Muévete, Clee!
I'll protect us. Incoming. Nowhere to hide.
From whence you came.
Incoming.
F. Corre.
Don't
Oh, esa es la famosa ballena. Tu puta madre se me capió. Ah, pero ahora Clee. Madre, ya me está sofocando. ¡Corre! Muerto. Pensé que iba a estar más complicado, Chile.
Well then, time to cool off. It seems the burden of the foul legacy transformation was too great for my body. I lacked the
No serví, eso es lo que
now that I
pasa.
consider the matter more carefully. You never had any
Tú
chance
eres una
of beating me
mierda,
to the
lo culié.
Gnosis. You had no connection to the Gnosis.
That's what we've been trying to tell you. We didn't.
Your show of ability today far surpasses that of Senora's initial assessment of you in Mondstadt. Tell me, how could that be? You already know the
Yo
answer,
sé porque
don't you?
Chun-Li es
I
Rex
can
Lappy
see
y
it
lo
in your
tiene él.
eyes.
Sí, es decir, yo pensé que la tenía ahí, y ahí dije yo, también imaginé, ya cuando no estaba ahí se me vino a la
But
mente.
if that is a secret you wish to keep, I get this battle has already left me satisfied. Anyone who
Sí,
strives
no
as
la
I do
tiene.
to grow strong.
Pretty sure that's not.
Unfortunately, I must bring. Given that the Gnosis wasn't taken by anyone, then we must look once again to the beginning. In fact, it might be that the.
What?
Bruh.
So you mean that?
Yes, it appears. It seems that the guardian deity of the capital of commerce is also. As such, we must.
Backup plan?
I had hoped it would never come to this. I absolutely. The truth is, the world belongs to those of us who desire to become strong. Unfortunately, we cannot be picky about our methods as Fatui Harbingers.
So what are you planning to do?
I will awaken the god that lies.
A god?
Osial, overlord of the Vortex, who was defeated by Morax, the GR Archon in the Ark. If such an ancient god were to be unleashed upon you, do you think the cunning Rex...
But the Ark.
Simple. I've already prepared the means to awaken it.
Hey, those are sigils of. Oh, Paimon remembers now. The Fatui have been researching them.
Indeed. The one that was given to you was just a byproduct of our research. With the power of so many sigils of permission concentrated in one place, along with that which was bestowed upon me as a harbinger by our Tsaritsa, breaking the subduing might of the Geo-Archon spears for a time should be no obstacle.
Te lo juro.
Using the
Porque estaba
powers of
estando
ancient
rarísimo.
gods in such a situation fails to... But knowing that such an action will not only force the Geo-Archon to show its head...
Ay, va a ser llover ahora. Solo verga. Ay, ahora va a ser, ¿cómo le dicen? Jesús ahora. Moisés le dicen, va a partir el mar. ¿Verdad?
Let's see. Will the nation that has lost its deity be swallowed up by an ancient malice once more? If you wish to drown together with the people of Liyue, you're free to stay and enjoy the show.
Huh? He's already gone. That guy is fast.
Qué linda esa sonrisa.
What's going
Ok,
on?
no sé qué sea. Ojo que aquí... What the fuck, ¿por qué se encendió la compu? Ojo. Tartagria. ¿Qué está haciendo Tartagria?
¿Te acuerdas que te habían contado sobre un viajante?
Ujú.
Resulta
Decime que hay más peleas, decime que hay más peleas. No puedo creer que ese hijo de puta lobo me dé más talla que Child. Y eso que tengo fuego.
If we hadn't happened to see the Jade Chamber flying over just as we came out of the Golden House, We really wouldn't have known which way to go. Did we make it in time?
De
Is the
hecho.
Overlord of the Vortex...
What are you doing
Ojo.
here?
Huh? Hold on. It's the Adepti. What are you doing on the Jade Chamber? Paimon thought you were arguing with the Chising.
Faced with a calamity of such magnitude, we have agreed.
Oh, Paimon gets it. So how do you plan to just seeing this Overlord of the Vortex guy puts a pin in Paimon.
Ah, jurámelo.
It's not just you.
¡Qué bella!
We've got new Millilith recruits who can't even stand at attention without shaking. Which is why we must stop that monster before it gets any close.
So the Archon War was fought 2,000 years ago against enemies? So will the power of the Chising, Millilith, and Adepti gathered here be enough to stop?
We've already discussed this together, and our conclusion is...
What?
Pero yo estoy aquí.
All of you are supposed to be the Guardians of Lilith.
One certainly could.
Huh?
Yo sé, soy un protagonista de anime, ¿eh?
Chising did once research the matter of the and as fate would have it, for what could you mortals ever learn of Adepti mechanisms? Yet, it would take one, but a little tinkering to turn this ballista.
I suppose this is one blessing from the Adept. So be it. We shall use the upgraded Guizhong Ballista to fight off that god. All the Adepti here can lend their strength. We haven't a moment to spare.
Nada, solo pónganme esa serpiente enfrente. ¡Ah! ¿Y por qué conmigo no hace eso? Te lo juro. Ojo, los jáparos. Ojo a los Pokémon legendarios. Siento que estoy viendo Pokémon. Mira, ¿qué parece Pokémon? ¡Qué rico! Ay, qué rico, hace contra quién voy a pelear.
They're attacking the Guizhong Ballista.
Ojo al Celdri. Ay, qué bella. Ojo al Celdri.
The three Adepti are manning the Guizhong Ballista.
¿Dónde
Do
están?
not let the Fatui disturb their work.
All able Millilith, with me!
Let's go help too.
Viento y
We
agua.
Adepti have not faced a god in such a
No,
millennium.
esta madre lo va a estar curando.
Let one see what you're made of then. What strength remains
Mira,
within
que
you?
débil.
What wishes to witness? Swift and merciful.
Killjoy, we've only just begun. I miscalculated.
Nowhere to hide.
Through.
F.
Looks like I went too far.
That is Osial's divine power. I am. Be careful not to get hit.
¡Ay, hueputa! ¡Hueputa, fuck, loco! ¡Ay!
The Fatui! Their attacks are unrelenting!
How daring. Smejnai's diplomats will answer for this afterward. Every last one.
¡Ay, es de electricidad! ¡Qué estúpido! No, no quiero detener a esto.
There are Chilian, I guard you against evil. Cast your fear of injury by the wayside and fight with all your might. I too did this during the Archon War. So this is what Ganya's like in a fight.
Sí.
My name means swiftness. Take my power and run as I do.
¡Qué rico! Ya. ¿Pero dónde? ¡Ah! Ojo, quiero ver a guaputa. Please, siempre me da turquean. Qué bonito ver a Click correr así.
Child, you are strong in body and spirit. Perhaps you can withstand 3 forms of adeptal energy at once.
This won't hurt anyone. Please bear with us.
Once you've adapted, try to use
Te
it.
lo juro, qué rico. Y a puta le pegó al murciélago.
In other words, if we hold here, there's nothing worse to come, right?
Submit for judgment.
Restore some status. Over here, don't blink.
No, sigue vivo.
An unfortunate fault.
The Fatui's numbers are thinning.
Fight on, comrade. Once we finish this lot off, the Adepti will be able to deal with the god in peace.
Such a flaw.
Qué rico, mira que aquí.
The interlopers are no more. Now we may commit ourselves fully.
Yo sé, es bellísimo.
It's working. We just need to keep this up.
Y no está haciendo nada. ¡Qué bella foto! ¡No! No la pude tomar. Ojo los deseos azules que nos dan. Sí, exacto. Ojo, ojo. Nueva ship.
Be careful now.
Be careful now.
Without its covering fire, retaliation shall be difficult.
But the Jade Chamber is our last line of defense. We
No,
can't
estuvo
give
hermosa,
another
pero
inch,
no
no
bien
matter
chistosito.
what.
I have another idea.
What do you mean, Lady Ningguang?
I'll sacrifice the Jade Chamber.
What is the meaning of this?
I understand.
Traveler, lend
Ah,
me a
yo sé.
hand.
No sé por qué el dedo de 5 estrellas. Creo que una arquera. Creo que
Bye for
una
now.
Amber 2
Let us
de
meet
hielo.
again in the future.
Espérate. ¿Por qué me voy a ver en el futuro? No entendí eso. Bien. No me digas que van a morir los adeptos. No, hay tan. Adiós, Pokémon. Déjame ver esto. Qué bello. Foto.
¿Tú sabes a qué me recordó
Ujú.
el J-Chamber cayendo?
¿A qué?
A la habilidad final de triángulo
De Chongli, sí.
Ujú.
Yo lo quisiera tener, fíjate, pero me gustaría tenerlo. Me cae bien Chongli.
Probablemente haga una cosa muy estúpida si no me sale, pero bueno, yo me quedo con
comprar
no voy a decir
comprar 14 gachas. ¡A la gran puta!
casi. Ya veremos qué pasa.
Ay, Dios.
Is it
Oh.
finally over?
Que hila toda esta mierda.
The ominous aura of that monster has indeed begun to fade.
Espérate.
The effects of the sigil of permission last but a short time.
Oh.
It will be some time before the overlord of the vortex.
We are indebted to you for your assistance. If the Adepti hadn't happened to be here...
Save your flattery. We didn't just happen to be here. Surely...
Come now. There's no need for such harsh words, Cloud Retainer.
Siempre.
I've heard
Tío
that when
puta.
Ningguang began learning to do business, she had already started setting aside part of her then
Espérate,
limited
mujer.
income in At first, it was only
Oh.
the size of a small room, but with continued expansion, it has
Sí, esa
become
expansión
the
del
palace
palacio
that
la entiendo,
lies
ajá.
before you now.
Sí, y yo sé que se encuentra ante mí, exacto.
It is a testament to Ningguang's entire life, both as a businesswoman and as the back. Seeing the Jade Chamber destroyed in the defense of Liyue means much to her. To me, such cooperation and sacrifice does...
Well, I was really hoping you would say that such sacrifice could at least be used as some lever. Thank you all for hearing me out. We know very well why the Adepti came here.
Oh?
3,700 years. According to our records, even to this very day, Liyue and its lands have stood the test of time, immovable as... But that does not mean that the Liyue of today is the same city as it was all those... Do not merely cast your protective gaze upon the land. Instead...
Are you questioning our means of protecting Liyue?
I mean no offense. I simply hope that our Adepti forebears would see Liyue in a...
Forebearers, you say? One doubts you would be fit to be part of such a...
This morning, Rex Lapis appeared to me in a dream.
Oh.
What?
In the dream, I yearned to tell him that we Qixing, though mortal, are equally bound to the contract. I also thought to tell him how the past generations of Qixing had
Te lo
strove
juro.
under his rule to survive in our mortal world. Establishing... But I dared not speak.
Oh, Ningguang.
Yet another perspective. What are you trying to say, Outlander?
Ojo que hablan de nosotros. Literalmente.
Right. That's something that happened in Mondstadt. It's a story about the four wit. The animal archon Khan sought to quell the strife between the two sides, because he believed that such...
Each of the 7 nations has its own scars.
Though your point is the very height of simplicity. As Adepti, we've become a laughingstock to be...
All right, all right. Didn't Ningguang suggest that we should focus on the city and each of its...
I apologize for appearing in full armor. I am afraid I cannot show...
And who are you?
I am Feng Yan, a sergeant of the Millelith. I thought this battle would perhaps be my last. But although I am a mere mortal soldier, I promise to hold the line.
Huh? Why does everyone look so down?
Weren't you frightened, dear?
I wasn't afraid. All the strong Millelith guards were there, and those powerful heroes with their vision. When danger is near, everyone always protects me. And the rest of the time, they make fun toys and take... Thanks for protecting Liyue Harbor. Please, come visit.
Unfortunately, we wouldn't be able...
Huh?
Because we are Adepti.
Oh, okay. Aww.
You see, this is what Liyue is like. The country of contracts is grateful to the Adepti for their protection. But although their blood is weak, there is still... The time of contracts between gods and Liyue has long since passed.
Seeing the port around us now, it is hard not to feel a bit out of place.
Your line of inquiry is askew. One did not spearhead this
Seems like the Adepti have had a change of...
Let us return now.
Eager to leave, Conqueror of Deep.
Yes, one understands what the Conqueror of Demons means. One fears that by the time one finally grasps the new contracts of Liyue, you humans would have once again changed. Fair enough.
Since we Adepti have consensus, then one shall... But how will we ensure that the Liyue Chising will not simply exploit their power?
All right, Mooncarver, you needn't worry. It seems to me that this
Looks like the conflict between humans and Adepti was avoided. Oh, right! It's that child wanted to unleash the god, so he could lure but we were able to handle the Overlord of the Vortex on our own. Oh, and speaking of that, don't we still need to get to the bottom?
Ay, pues puta, me fue el agua.
But isn't the strongest lead we have the Adepti-less rite of parting that we're organizing? No idea where Zhongli's going. Let's ask for him at Wangshen Funeral Parlor.
¿Qué me iba a decir de Shao antes de que hable con Zhongli? Me cae bien, se nota que es un dere. Ajá, yeah. No, pero no se puso... Sí, pues, pero se lo comió. Creo que por eso ahí tengo lo de Sundere. Dale.
Is there anything I can do for you two?
We've come to see Zhongli.
Unfortunately, Zhongli isn't here at the moment.
Doesn't the Northland Bank belong? Last time we saw Zhong, do you think he doesn't know about the attack on Liyue? We had better go and make sure. Speed of light.
Wow.
Speed of light.
A mí esta madre cuando lanza esa onda me parece que dice Sean Lee. Te lo juro.
You call this cooperation between harbingers? Cooperation involves communication.
Don't take
Ay.
it to heart, child.
Ojo que
Besides,
tenemos a
aren't you
dos
happy that you got to skip
dos
the
arcontes aquí.
formalities and bring chaos to the land? I'm sure you must have enjoyed that.
Después de todo voy con testigo.
Oh, it seems that some of your
Hey, it's Zhongli and Child.
Ojo se caga.
It's you two. I believe we've met once before. In the city of
Pero
Bards,
guarda.
was it? I'm glad. Ah, right. I imagine that it must have been rather hard to forget watching helplessly as something
No, don't let it get to you. You've yet to gather the powers of all 7 elements. And our last bat, so it might be best to keep things peaceful.
Well, if it isn't you two. This is our first time seeing each other since...
I knew that we should...
Oh, now don't say that. Sure, I may have misled you, but I never had any... Besides, I thought we were getting along
No, a mí
quite
no.
well together, didn't
Yo
you?
lo culié.
Except
Te
for
culié,
that little
cochón.
tussle we had at the end. Nothing personal. We just have different views, that's all. Of course, you may very well hold this against me. The real deceivers here are Senora and Zhongli. Curse them for leading me on. So actually, I think...
Stop wasting time, child. There'll be plenty of time
Qué
to
rico.
chat once I'm through here. You remember the agreement, Morax. Now, if you would be so kind.
What in the world are you talking about?
¿Qué?
The contract is fulfilled. That which thou...
¿Qué? Bueno, no me sorprende, pero ¿por qué se la está dando?
How sanctimonious.
What? So you're the Lord of Chio? No, wait. That's an exciting twist and all, but why give the Gnosis to the Fatui?
I do not give it for free. I give it as agreed upon in the contract. For it is a matter...
Yeah, you don't think you went a little bit too far with that whole fake death thing? Everyone was preparing the ceremony.
Gathering all the forces that had been bubbling behind the scenes.
Wait, what?
Perhaps it's best that I explain. As you know, I've dwelt upon this world for more than 6,000 years. Even boulders that can withstand whirlpools will erode with the passing of time. I kept convincing myself that cracks had not until one drizzly day. As I was strolling along the harbor, I heard a merchant tell one of his workers, I stood motionless among the crowds, asking myself, have I all...
Oh, Zhongli.
But as I began to consider relinquishing my divine role, I was Liyue, the city I had dwelt in for so long, already prepared to enter its next age. So I feigned my own death, and gathered the cast of Child, the Adepti, and the Liyue Chising to play their roles. That's right. Which is why I continued to safeguard the Gnosis until now.
¿Quiere decir que lo va a dejar así?
So you mean that if the chaos ever reached the point of no return, you would simply appear and use your divine powers to bring
Puta, yo quería ver
back
eso.
under...
Of course. And it would have been all too easy for him, too. Just as a child quickly matures after losing their parents, so has Leo matured when...
I was pleasantly surprised with the finale of the show that you all put. The Adepti deserve the greatest applause, considering their years of seclusion. They hardly recognized the city, yet faced with such a crisis, They exerted, and hats off to the emissary dispatched by the Cryo Archon to fulfill our contract.
Oh,
Senora.
no es ella.
She managed to keep everything she knew in strict confidence.
Pero ¿por qué se lo da? ¿Sabes para qué quiere tu puta genosis, estúpido?
Child, just as I had requested.
Yo sé que es la emisaria, no es ella. Eso dijo Penti.
All the while, I carried on as Zhongli, and fulfilled the traditions of Liyue in this mortal form. Thank you for walking.
¿Cuál es tu verdadera forma?
Me,
Bueno,
traveler.
tampoco conozco la de
These
Penti,
things
así
were
que...
all a part of my script. The only unforeseen plot twist was the conduct of the Liyue Qixing.
Solo verga.
I had expected them to do no more than the Adepti, to come to the defense of Liyue.
Sí.
But when all was said and done, they seized the opportunity to supplant Liyue's divine protectors, and used the subsequent power. On the contrary, I think it is excellent. I had always feared that it was too soon for them to take over from me. And it was also that which I longed for the most.
Hey, what about me? Doesn't anyone feel the least bit of remorse for deceiving me? You've practically kept me in the dark.
¿Qué pasó antes de seguir? Deja de shipear todo. Estamos con la historia, mujer.
I think that thanks would be more appropriate. You certainly played no small part in all of this, wreaking havoc and turning the city upside. If you hadn't created the pressure of a battle between mortals, Adepti, and
Pirata, déjame ver, dice.
the lump of
Después
coal
que
resting
era
in the
irle.
hands of the Geo-Archon, Liyue,
Bruh.
would never have been...
Huh? Just whose side are you on, mocking me like that? Are you itching for a fight? Hey, haven't you learned the Liyue saying, don't always call it as you see it?
Llora pues, cochón.
Well then, with the Gnosis in my possession, I have no use for
Anda a
such
poner la
idle
denuncia.
chatter. We should return to Zapoljarny Palace and seek an audience with Her Majesty.
Dale, yo también quiero ir ahí. Quiero conocer el lugar de nieve.
Fine.
Ah,
I'll meet
llora.
you there later. I'm not sharing a boat with the likes.
Do as you wish.
Llora pues. Tu madre, hija puta.
Now then, is there anything else you wish to ask me?
Y nosotros la cadera.
Right! As Zhongli always told us, a good trade is a...
Realistically speaking.
Huh?
However, I am the god of contracts. For thousands of years, I have made countless... My agreement with the Cryo Archon will be the last of my contracts as the Geo Archon. As for the bargaining chip that the Tsaritsa used to balance... Uncover that answer for yourself in your
Tu
future
madre, hijo de
journeys.
puta. Mamala, hijo de puta. Me caes mal ahora. Me caías mejor entre Chiley y tu madre, hijo de puta. Cho, hijo de puta, su madre. Este hijo de la gran puta piedra. Te voy a hacer picadillo. Voy a cocinar en aceite, hijo de... Puta pedazo de mierda. Puta pedazo de mierda. Puta. Me vale verga, pero me tiene que dar una razón del por qué, loco. Hijo de puta. Tu madre, vos das tristeza, tu madre. ¿Y qué? ¿Acaso hay agua aquí para que se formara eso? What the fuck, lo voy a hacer otra vez. Ma, what the fuck. Ahora soy el arconte del agua, hijo de puta. Tenés más sorpresas, mira. Tu madre. Tu madre, hijo de puta, cerote. Te lo juro.
Ahora te van a dar más loco.
¿Qué? Ay, bueno, no tengo ya No tengo... Quería ir a vencer a Child como jefe, pero no tengo... ¿Cómo se llama? Resina. Nel, voy a hacer las de teléfono.
Es que necesito enfrentarme contra
Yo necesito hacer esas cosas porque no he hecho nada.
y
Con la de fuego creo que podés.
Sí, con esa sí, pero bueno, en Yakuo y Oceanía sí.
Ujú. Mira, anda, vence a la ¿cómo se llama? A la ¿cómo se llama? A la planta, te haces 2 cristales y después los otros 80 de resina los guardas para esas 2 bestias. Mientras yo chincheo. Dice, sigue el camino a la terraza Yujin.
Today's the day of the rite of parting. Although the star of the show is fake, we spent so much time trying to organize it, it would be a real shame not to go there now.
Mira, este juego huele a 100 puta, loco. Me cago. No, tu madre. Mira, a la gran puta, mira. Ya. Odio mi vida, loco. Su madre ese juego, puchica. Es que es mi play, loco. Mi computadora asquerosa se friegue. Ahora este play ya no creo que aguante para el 2021.
Bueno, la de PlayStation 5 ya salió.
Sí, pero no solo por eso, ya. Su madre.
¿Sabes qué me cae mal?
¿Qué? No me gustó, no me gustó. Odio la historia de Liu, ¿sabes? La odio. Historia más basura y Chong-Li me cae mal la hora. Ni me va a enviar una foto de él ni nada.
So Rex Lapis is really... Oh, come on. Do you think that the assassin could have been a normal person? You know what I think? I don't think any of the gossip on this... There's only one real possibility, and... Fatui?
Me da bien hacer en torte papa. Yo quería saber.
You know that god from the ocean couldn't have just shown up out of
por
nowhere.
eso.
I mean,
Por eso.
it's been
Por
2000.
eso.
Yes, and to think that this happened right on the heels of the...
Say, do you think the person who assassinated our lord and released that evil god...
Now that you mention it, that's very possible. I mean, it all fits together.
Mientras no me explique, no me voy a
calmar.
calmar. Murió.
Oh, that wicked black hawk. Still, what sort of soup?
Ah, forget it.
¿Por qué, Celdri? ¿Qué pasó? Escribímelo ahí en el play. Porque no pienso desilenciarte ahorita.
Hear ye all! Though a dragon soars ageless as the mountains, it too must return to dust. This is common knowledge. Gods and Adepti live glorious lives, but rumors and hearsay abound on the streets that Rex Lapis, having been thwarted in his trial, Rex Lapis's soul has recouped the celestial heights. Nor are they to believe street-born rumors or indulge in baseless speculation.
¿Y ahora pues?
Paimon needs a translation on what the Chising's announcement said. So that's how they're spinning it. Something feels off. Why would they suddenly give up looking for the murderer? Not to mention, could the Chising already have known that Rex Lapis wasn't dead? But Zhongli said that neither... Did Zhongli tell them in secret after his gnosis changed hands?
No sé.
Exactly, right? Ooh, seems like the rite of parting. We'll have a look.
Qué bueno. ¿Qué te tragaste, loco? Si es de la historia de Genshin Impact, no hables paja, que a vos ni te importa Genshin, loco. No, es spoiler. Entonces no lo voy a ver. No voy a ver la imagen. Gracias, loco. Gracias, Celdri. Celdri, no puedes borrar eso. Ese man me parece que envió un spoiler. ¿De qué lo envió, loco? ¿De qué lo envió? Decime, Celdri. Solo decime el anime. Ah, no, ya sé de qué es. No lo mires, Kai, no lo mires. Ya sabes de qué es, ¿verdad? Es de Jujutsu ahí, Yo decía, ¿qué es lo único que nos puede spoilear esta imagen? Gracias internet, te adoro por no hacer que cargara la imagen. Dice el y si vos me spoileas eso, te barato, ¿viste?
Look, it's Ningguang and Keqing. Are they saying something? Are their speeches over?
As said previously,
Nada.
Rex Lapis's soul returning to the heavens is the end of the contract.
3,700 years of contracts burnt and reduced.
Ya, loco, está arruinando el directo. Cedric, calla la mierda.
We, the people of Liyue, were indeed prosperous. But blinded by our prosperity, we forgot that time
Yo
can
sé,
be
pero me
pitiless.
sofoca. Esto es un recuerdo.
The long, unending.
Now
Llorar
that we
pues,
have
hijo
awoken
puta,
from
deja de
our
joder.
dream,
Ya sabemos.
we must learn to say farewell. Will you stand with us as we re-establish our...
So concludes the words of Her Eminence. Does Her Eminence the Yuheng have anything to add?
Huh? Is she looking this way?
Traveler.
Maybe putting some posters of no sé qué puta va a decir. Esa parte sí me la comí.
Is that the traveler who they say defeated the ancient god?
Te lo juro.
So young.
The Liyue Qixing always repay their debts. And as you have heard, our eyes see far. Name your price. You deserve that much.
Una noche con vos. Ese es mi precio. Vale, quiero oír la voz, loco, esta voz. Ahí viene.
Well, could you help me put
¡Cállate!
up some posters?
¡Puta, Kai! En otro momento no pudiste hablar, hueputa. La cagaste, Kai, ahorita. ¡Son una pedazo de mierda, Kai! ¡Tu puta madre! ¡Hueputa! Hablaste justo cuando estaba hablando la magia y cuando habló el Lumin, loco. Son un pedazo de cerote mal hecho, Kai, la gran puta. Hueputa. Por eso me gusta ver la mierda en silencio, hueputa. Y no hay una forma de ver aquí las mierdas, Kai, las 70 millones de la gran... Tu puta madre, no, me vale verga, lo quería ver en mi puta pantalla y en mis putos audífonos. Aquí tiene que estar, loco. Puta, loco. Talent. No hay aquí ni verga sobre los cofres, sobre esto, sobre tu precio, puta, Kai. Me voy a cagar en vos, va a ver, hueputa. Hueputa, te dije, cállate, que va a hablar. Huela 100 puta. ¡Son una maldita sorda de mierda! La gran puta. Yo también, pero puta, loco. Dejen de chatear, hijo de puta, que joden. Mierda, la gran puta. Me cago. Madre. ¿Qué putas más mierda de misión hay, loco? A la gran puta, que joden.
Why you? Were you just trying to... If you were looking for someone, you could have just told me that in private.
Yo, ser hijo de puta, es enviar mensajes, me tenés harto. Hijo de puta.
Why you? If you were looking for someone.
Y ahí todas van a decir lo mismo.
The cleanup of the premises, managing the crowds as they exit, making an account of the rite. There's much that remains to be done. I didn't miss anything, did I?
No entendí lo que hizo esta puta tampoco, loco.
Roping you in was possibly the most masterful move we could
¡Choy,
have.
hijo de puta! Déjame leer.
I believe that future generations will say so too.
No, sabes que me vale verga, loco. Ya me vale verga. No escuché la voz, loco. Que era por lo que estaba esperando esta mierda misión después de pelear por Child, loco. Y mira, ¿quién me ponen aquí? Este hijo de la cien puta cochón de mierda. Andaba besate con Child, paso de mierda, hijo de puta. Puta, loco. Ahora sí, cerrá las tapas. Paimon, ahora sí odio a este hijo de puta como...
Why would I not feel more at ease? Right. If the two of you can spare the time.
Pues puta, decíselo por la voz, no por el mensaje, Ray.
At the Shinya kiosk.
That sounds like big talk, Zhongli. Paimon might have believed you if you were treating us to some third-round knockout, but you'd have to pay...
You're right. I do like the Mora. As the Rex Lapis Morax, I can easily create Mora. But since I have chosen to walk this earth as the mortal Zhongli, when I was journeying with you, though I still had the Gnosis in hand, I knew that I must soon retire from my role as an Archon. So I had to rehearse.
Oh, no wonder! Paimon gets it now. But since you weren't used to not being able to just make more Mora as and when you wanted to, you had to try becoming a parasite who lives off of
Te lo juro, maldito parásito.
Well, we were only spending Fatui money. In the City of Commerce, we do not merely exchange money or goods. We also, the Archon Morax, could never experience life as the true mortal Zhongli could.
No, un punto, no. Me vale verga, si fue la gran puta. Pero no es para que diera la genosis.
I will treasure the memories that I made as Zhongli. Traveling the street, that is true. But there is no journey that does...
Paimon thinks that we should make a move and continue our search for the Seven.
I fear that continuing your journey may be difficult. The nation that neighbors Liyue by sea, Inazuma, yes. The nation has been closed by the Electro-Archon Ball. And just as the people of Liyue preferred to call me Rex Lapis, she too goes by another name among...
Paimon thinks we've heard that one before. Right?
That is the case. And since Raiden is also the shogun of the
That said, though people at the wharf were saying that the situation in Inazuma is very tense, Paimon doesn't remember that always being the case. Zhongli, since you're Rex Lapis, shouldn't you know something about what's happening there?
It's because of visions.
Visions?
When faced with circumstances beyond their control, but if a person shows true strength of will at a depth, this is what visions are. Magical foci bestowed upon those.
That's how people in Teyvat see it.
But starting from last year, the Raiden Shogun.
Vision hunt?
Yes.
Ojo,
it
que
was
esta
an
Corea
order
del
to
Norte.
seize all visions within Inazuma's borders, and to inlay them upon the.
They want to seize
Esta va a ser la China o la Corea del Sur. No sé cuál es la mala, la Corea mala, la verdad. Creo que es la del Sur.
I should think that in the Raiden Shogun's eyes, it is precisely because the Animo Archon is the god of freedom, and the Geo Archon is the god of contracts. For her part, the Raiden Shogun is the god of eternity. It seems as though she has finally decided to eliminate any unstable elements that could pose a threat to her eternal.
No te preocupes, que ahí voy con Chongyun a
The
baratarte
fact
con el
that
hielo.
even I, the oldest of the seven, have now passed away, will only strengthen her resolve to pursue eternity.
El mayor de los siete. Oh, ¿de fuerza o qué onda?
Knowing her, she must have again quoted that adage she is most fond of when proclaiming that decree to her people. 7 ideals for 7 gods, and of these each... All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know?
That's right. Zhongli, now that you don't have... Since Morax is dead, are they all just gonna Also, isn't the Golden House the only mint in the entire continent? Will it even continue to work?
The Mora present now will not vanish. But the Golden House will indeed have to cease operations for a lengthy period of time, since creating Mora...
This is terrible! We're all about to run out of Mora! The world is coming...
Yes, this is indeed a major issue from a financial... well, I suppose...
Then, did you at least set some private funds aside for...
Oh, a private fund. It's...
What's a shame?
It's a shame that I didn't think of it at the time. All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know? Ah, that was a good one. Fair. That said, the reason why the Chising were so eager to resolve the incident and stop pursuing the culprit was indeed because they received... I hinted as much to the Adepti as... How did I accomplish that, you ask? Have you ever heard of this...
Ah, los sueños, sí se le
Was there
aparecía
anything
entonces.
else you wish to know?
No joda. ¿Qué pasó con Noville?
Yeah, about that. Before the Chising made their announcement...
These are indeed false accusations. But it remains undeniably true that Child did send people to the Jade Chamber to prevent the... I've heard that Ningguang is busy milking that for all it's worth on the foreign relations. Those poor Snezhnayan diplomats. If it were not for Child's exalted position as a harbinger. All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know?
Sí, era... yo sé... Pero ese... ajá. Y no traía su visión. Sí.
The time of the Adepti has long passed. If even the Liyue Chising don't want... Kuching is absolutely right in saying this.
Oh, que tiene la razón, Kechi.
Though I did laud Ningguang's desire for power, believing this to be a good thing, and thought as a matter of course, could the original person who brought up the idea of seizing power have been...
Hasta que no me diga por qué, o hasta que yo no sepa por qué, puta dio la genosis.
All right then. Was there anything else
No,
you
me
wish
dijo
to
que
know?
por un bien, ¿no? Y que me voy a dar cuenta en el futuro. No, yo quiero saber ya. No, tu puta madre,
Well,
vas al lado.
I suppose you'll have to find a way to get inside this closed nation. Have patience.
No, ¿por qué quieren la genosis a esta gente? ¿Por qué se las fue a quitar a 20 así nomás?
Must first come into play.
¿Y por qué? ¿Y para qué las quieren? Deja de defender a Zhongli. Hueputa. No, yo sé que, bueno, pero... No, sí, deja de defender a tu puto bando de mierda. Que... Entonces ya ves, ya admitiste que es por eso, así que no voy a estar de tu lado solo por eso. Eso es lo que te quería decir. Tu puta madre. Bueno, ya termina esta mierda de silenciar esto, hijo de puta. Antes vamos a terminar esta mierda.